For centuries, Odin has been known as the All-Father of Norse mythology. He is the one-eyed god of war and wisdom, commanding legions of warriors from the halls of Valhalla. But a radical theory suggests the myth of Odin originated elsewhere, with a real, charismatic leader whose impact was so significant that his life was eventually processed into legend. Historians trying to test this face an obvious physical limitation. Myths do not leave behind skeletons, and there is no marked grave for a Norse god. While we cannot exhume a deity, we can examine the ground he supposedly walked. By analyzing the physical remains of the populations he was said to command, we can see if the genetic record matches the movements of the legend. This investigation relies on the University of Copenhagen's massive archive of ancient human skeletons, spanning Denmark's past. In 2010, a team led by Linnea Melchior utilized this collection to sequence ancient DNA from 92 individuals, ranging from the Mesolithic to the medieval age. Pulling usable genetic material from weathered bone and teeth is not guaranteed. Contamination and natural DNA degradation over 2,000 years make each successful extraction a rare achievement. These successful samples provide a genetic fingerprint of Northern Europe over time, allowing researchers to track population shifts with forensic precision. To build this timeline, researchers focused on mitochondrial DNA. This specific material is passed exclusively down the maternal line, allowing scientists to track ancestry back through thousands of years without the interference of paternal mixing. The researchers first established a baseline. They found that early Scandinavian hunter-gatherers and people from the Bronze Age possessed a remarkably consistent genetic profile. This early population was characterized by a specific marker known as haplogroup U, which dominated the region for thousands of years. If Northern Europe had remained isolated and peaceful, this haplogroup U signature would have continued into the modern era as the primary genetic identifier. This map details sites where researchers sequenced 56 individuals from the Roman, Iron Age, and Migration period. At Galgadil and Bogabjergard, data revealed an anomaly. The genetic diversity among these ancients was actually higher than in modern Danes today. This table identifies the source of that diversity. At several sites, there is a sudden and widespread appearance of haplogroup I, a lineage that was largely absent from the earlier hunter-gatherer baseline. The scale of this shift is visible in the numbers. Haplogroup I accounted for 13% of these ancient samples, yet it has dwindled to just 2.5% of the modern Scandinavian population. This sharp increase in new lineages indicates a sudden influx of people, contradicting the idea of a slow transition between the Bronze and Iron Ages. At the Simonsborg burial site, the researchers identified a different signature altogether: rare DNA markers known as haplogroup T2b. These markers do not originate in Scandinavia. This diagram of outlier sequences provides physical evidence of movement from Eastern Europe, proving that foreign populations were rapidly entering the region. This hard genetic data aligns perfectly with the oldest mythology of Odin. He is described as a traveler from the east who gathered tribes and established a new class of elites in the north. This complex genetic footprint mirrors the specific historical environment that a Migration Age warlord would have operated in. The Melchior study suggests that the genetic landscape of modern Scandinavia took its shape during the Migration Age, as foreign lineages moved into the region and displaced the local hunter-gatherer baseline. While DNA cannot confirm the identity of a specific man named Odin, it validates the era of upheaval the legends describe. During this time, the arrival of new elites and the movement of entire tribes reshaped the demographic structure of Northern Europe. Human storytelling often processes these large-scale shifts in power and population by condensing years of movement and conflict into singular, godlike figures. History and myth are often interconnected. Many legends are simply the long, exaggerated shadows cast by real people who lived during times of massive change.